Hi, everybody. So I'm going over today about mom's goals and how we get missed and how we change our goals based on our children. I'm just going to wait for a little bit, see if anybody else hops on that might want to know about mom's goals. Jim, hi. Anyway, so I'm just going to start in, and anybody who pops on, you can if you missed the beginning, then you can hop on and see the later part, I guess. So anyway, so mom's goals. So I'm a mom of 4 kids. So I'm just going to go over a little bit on how my kids have changed my goals. And I know that moms can relate because our goals change quite a bit when we have children, and they adapt to what our children needs. So I when I come out of college, I was in accounting, and I worked in accounting for a few years in an accountant's office. Then I worked for a shelter for abused women and their children. Hi, Shelley. Hi, Greta. Anyway, so about 6 years into that, I had 5 years of working at Women's Place. I had my oldest son, and when he turned 1, my job had restructured, and I had to basically take a layoff. And in the midst of that, I found out I was pregnant with my daughter. So my goals before I had my children were to excel in my work, to climb up the ladder, and I'd gotten to a pretty good position there. I was the administrator. I had high confidence in myself. I was doing pretty good. So I had to change what I was doing because in the midst of being laid off, I thought, okay, I'm going to go look for work. I had also found out that I was pregnant with my second, which was Evelyn. So I decided that morally I couldn't go look for work because I was pregnant. I could not tell them I was pregnant because then that would make me look bad in the end, because my integrity would be shot because I didn't tell them the truth. If I told them I was pregnant, I probably wouldn't have gotten the job. So I decided to do some other things because my children changed my goals. They didn't change my goals. They just altered how I could do them. So then I took about a year, and I decided that I would start bus driving. And one of the reasons I did that was because daycare was so cost. So again, this isn't a thing that I would have done if I didn't have children. So I changed my goals again. So there again, changing my goals for my children. So I started bus driving. Now I did like it. I do like it. I love, the responsibility that I have being in these children's lives and being part of their community. But it wasn't my goal to do that at the time. I had gone to school for something completely different, and my goals had changed because of my children. So I decided that it was a good place to raise my kids. Daycare was cheaper, so that's what I did. So I thought, I'm going to go back to work when the kids are in, when they're in school full time. So once Wyatt, my youngest of the 4, when he became of full-time age to go to school, grade 1, I would go back to work and start looking full-time. So I've been out of the workforce now. It was 2000, and it was in year 2000 that I decided that I would become a bus driver. In 2001 I decided to become a bus driver, and now I've been out of the workforce for 10 years when Wyatt would have been going into grade 1. And about 3 weeks before he went into grade 1, he had a major head trauma. He fell and hurt his head, and I'll get into that in another blog probably at some point. But anyway, he needed my care. He needed me to go to the school on a regular basis. So going to the school on a regular basis and doing all that, okay, now my plan of going back to work full-time got pushed back a little bit. And then it got pushed back a little bit more for this or for that for the kids. So now we're going 11 years out of the workforce of the job that I had initially had planned. In those 11 years, I've been out of the workforce. My self-esteem starts going down because now I'm focusing completely on the children and trying to do that. So now my goals don't seem as attainable to me either, and I've actually forgotten about them by this point because I'm so caught up in what's best for the kids and what they're doing that my goals got put on the back burner. And I know um, all moms do similar things where they put their goals a little bit back on the back burner. So with low self, my connection's starting to go wonky. So sorry if it gets choppy. Anyway, my self esteem low self esteem started kicking in, and I now have forgotten about my goals. So now, 5 years after that, 2015, I decided I'm going to start looking after myself and starting to set goals for myself. So I started working on my health goal, and I worked on that. I've been working on that since then, so a year and a half of working on that. And in working on my health goal and working with a company that excels in raising your self-esteem, and I have started to build that self-esteem up. So now I've been able to start looking at what I want. So I've started looking at that and how I can go about doing that. And so I'm starting to set my life goals as well. And I know as a mom, you're thinking, okay, I'm too busy, I can't do that, but you really need to. You need to look at your goals, and you need to start thinking what you need, what you require, and how you can attain your own goals, your mom goals, not the goals that have your kids involved in them, but things that are just for you. Things that would make you as a person excel and be. So I want to do a little exercise with those that are here. I see there's still a couple on, but if you're not watching this live, I want you to do it when you watch this video. So I want you to get a piece of paper and a pen. So I'm going to give you a couple minutes to do that. If not, you're going to have to remember what I'm asking you to do. Okay, so I'm going to assume you guys have your pen and your paper, and I'm going to get you to shut your eyes. So shut your eyes now. Easier to think if you just shut. And my connection's going wonky, so if I stop for a minute, that's why. So I want you to shut your eyes, and I want you to start thinking, and I want you to think of, okay, so 3 things that you as a mom or as a woman want to do. If you're a guy watching, things that you would like to do. So things that you just you've put on the back burner that you knew you wanted to do. Your goals will change too, because you've changed, you've grown, you know more things, you've had different experiences. So what are your goals right now? And just think the 3 top off your head. Now you can work on these later, and I'm going to be doing a series later on in the month on how a busy mom can set goals and how we can attain them. And I'll break them down into the type of goals that you could have. So the types of goals, oh, you can open your eyes now. So write those down. Write them down, and it's the starting point. You can start working on those. You can start fine-tuning them and maybe change them a little bit once you start thinking about them a little. I just want to get you thinking about it.